Do you guys remember the Mask of Zorro? I mean, I hope you do, because...
Oh my god, this is so cool! I love this idea!
It's a wild movie, is basically what I'm saying. If you haven't, go watch it. So if you don't know who Zorro is, I'm about to tell you, because he is cool and he's my favorite. Let me just give you a recap on the movie of The Mask of Zorro, because that's my favorite and it's the cool one, and it's the most recent one that we talk about. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it now, because I'm about to give you a rundown of what happens. The movie follows Alejandro Morata, fictional brother of the famous bandit Joaquin Morata and the inspiration for Zorro, as he becomes Zorro himself. Alejandro, that is. He's on a journey to avenge his brother, who died from this guy, Captain Love, who is really, really evil. While Alejandro is trying to work out how to best do his vengeance while sitting in a bar, Don Montero has just arrived back in California. That the bad guy. Many years ago, he stole a baby from this guy, Old Zorro. Old Zorro is now on a vengeance path to get his daughter back. While on his journey, he meets Alejandro and decides that his best plan is to bring back Zorro. He's gonna do it by training Alejandro to become the new Zorro. Hey, training montage. The daughter, Elena, who is being raised by Don Montero, that the bad guy, is really annoyed with her dad, not really her dad, because he doesn't let her get involved in business or politics, and that's sucky because he's a misogynistic dick, as is everyone at this time. Alejandro, disguised as a foppish little boy, infiltrates the bad guys and manages to discover their evil plot. Growing concern over the native people of California and the California's future itself, Alejandro steels himself, forgets Captain Love, and decides to save everyone as Zorro. Elena realizes that her dad, not her dad, is actually the bad guy, so she joins the good guy, Papa. Papa dies. But not really. Together they save all the people in the mine, and manage to— there's a mine, by the way— and manage to get everyone to safely, as well as killing the bad guy, Montero, and also Captain Love, who is a real creepy dude. Then Papa dies. The sun sets, they have a nice moment, everything's beautiful. This movie is great. There are sword fights, horse scenes, stunts, this dance that made everyone who watched it feel things. And there's this guy being really creepy and putting heads in jars and hands. This movie is rated PG-13, by the way. This is a PG movie. The 90s were really a different time. That's The Mask of Zorro, recounted very badly by me. If you haven't watched it, you should, and in fact, you should finish this video and then go do it. But I'm about to tell you a bunch of other stuff about Zorro and why he is just so much better than Batman in every single respect. Alright, so who is Zorro? Zorro is a vigilante who specifically exists to try and serve the people of California and protect them from corrupt politicians who would want to do them ill will. He's kind of a Robin Hood figure, but he's also got other things going for him that we'll get to. He's the member of the De La Vega family, who are a noble family, and in some versions he has just come home from Spain, and in some versions he has lived in California his whole life. But one thing stays consistent: he loves California before everything else, and everyone who lives there, like, regardless of who they are. He was originally written by Johnson Macaulay, a pulp writer, so I don't know how good of a person he was. It's always debatable with these things. But I also want to point out that Johnson Macaulay also wrote a story called The Crimson Clown, in which a police officer doesn't think the police are good enough and dresses up as a clown and solves crimes as a clown. It's not about Zorro, I just think that's important for you to know. I'm going to be talking mostly about the version that was codified in The Mark of Zorro from the 1940s, because that's the one that I first ever watched. In that version, Zorro is a high-born noble who trained in Madrid to become a very good swordsman, and then decided to return to California when the letters from his parents turned very concerning and worrisome. He found the people of California being abused by the local governors and decided to do something about it, but rather than doing it in public, he tricks his way into being constantly in the company of the corrupt governor by pretending to be like a foppish little boy, then dons the mask of Zorro and starts to tear shit up. Side note, Zorro is A-okay with murder. He's super good with that. He'll kill you. He doesn't care. Also, Zorro is super up for protecting the native people of America. I wanted to mention that because it's weirdly progressive for someone who started out life as a, pulp book, which aren't exactly known for being great images of Native American peoples. Zorro is characterized by being cunning and well thought out, as well as highly skilled with the blade. He's also generally a more stealthy being and tries his best to solve problems by killing the fewest amount of people possible. Kind of like his namesake, this fox. Is that why I like foxes so much? Not time to process that. There have been many different versions of Zorro, over 40 films and countless TV shows, songs, musicals. God, there are so many musicals. My favorites are The Mask of Zorro and The Mark of Zorro. They're pretty fun films and worth a little gander if you watch, though The Mark of Zorro is very 1940s in every single regard. There's also a French animated series called Zorro's The Chronicles, which is apparently really good, but I haven't watched it all. There is also an anime, which I was very excited to find out, because it was made in the 80s and it looked horrendous. So I decided I was going to watch one episode to try and work out what it was about and how it was, and oh boy, I wasn't disappointed. Take it away, Anime Zorro.
Very spirited.
I'll talk to the captain.
Just say that one more time, huh?
I won't let you do it.
You're gonna be sorry for this, even if you are a rich farmer's daughter.
I will return! Zorro, next time you die.
It's very vigorous.
You can feel the low budgetness of every single scene. Slow frames, random stops, it's amazing. And this intro? I want to get dressed like that. I want to get dressed like that every morning. Not to mention, some of the reaction shots are just amazing. Zorro watches the army take away 2 people to execute them, and this is his reaction. I have not edited that at all. While researching this, I found out that there are 2 new shows coming about. Disney's making a new take on the character that's coming out later this year or next year, they haven't decided. Also, there's going to be a different show following his descendant in modern times, and it's going to be made by the... Oh no. Hey, Anime Zorro, what do we think of that? Zorro and copyright is actually really complicated, and I'm praying that this video does not get copyright struck, but it probably will. So all the copyright for Zorro, the character, is owned by the Zorro production company, and they are really, really strict about who has the rights and who doesn't have the rights. Especially since the first novel came out over 100 years ago, this is kind of wild. Anytime anyone's made anything that's resembled Zorro, or used his name, they have to pay copyright to the Zorro production company, which includes, that means, Persona 5. Just get your head around that. Persona 5 had to pay copyright to Zorro. Personally, I have mixed feelings about this because it's important to protect the integrity of some writing, but also it's important to release things to the public to make their own, so that it can become improved. And also, the Zorro production company allowed Zorro the Gay Blade to be made, which is just horrendously offensive, and also I kind of want to watch it just for research purposes to see exactly how terrible it is. So in conclusion, Zorro is cool. You guys should rewatch The Mask of Zorro, because it's a good movie. I don't know about any of the people in it, because I don't research stuff like that. I just watched the movie. In fact, I put about 10 minutes of research into this video, and then I spent all day making it. So... yeah. Have a little kiss. Bye-bye.